أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على أشرف المرسلين سيدنا ونبينا ومولانا محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين، وبعد. اللهم لا علم لنا إلا ما علمتنا، اللهم زدنا علما وارزقنا فهما يا رب العالمين. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. After we praise the Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, peace and blessings unto our beloved Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, his families, friends, and all those who follow him. My respected brothers and sisters, allow us tonight or today to unpack that famous ayah that I'm certainly sure that all of us had heard so many times, especially with the start of Ramadan. And that is the ayah where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala speaks, where he says, Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu kutiba alaykumus siyam, kama kutiba ala alladhina min qablikum la'allakum tattaqun. O you people who believe, Allah addresses us as believers. What an honor Allah has given us, to address us as believers. But the believers must do something. You cannot say you believe and just, leave it in the air, as we will say. No. Kutiba alaykumus siyam, prescribed unto you is the fasting. So believing a person must act, must do things according to what is required by Allah and the Nabi Muhammad salawatullahi, according to Islam. Kama kutiba ala alladhina min, as it was prescribed unto those before you. La'allakum tattaqun. Here we find the Nabi, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells us the wisdom of the fasting and what to obtain via this fasting, so that you can obtain Allah consciousness. La'allakum tattaqun. We will come back to that word. So let us look at the ayah. We find that at the beginning, Allah addresses us, Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu. Kutiba alayk, and then kutiba alaykum siyam, prescribed unto you is the fasting. And the end, la'allakum tattaqun. So between iman and taqwa, Allah mentioned the fast. Now, why did Allah say that? Iman, at the end taqwa, and in the middle of the two is the fasting. Let us ponder over this and see how Allah puts, that's my humble submission, how Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala puts the words and the concept of the ayat here. First he said, Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu. Iman. Iman is something that's in the heart. No one can see it. And this is where the Nabi salawatullahi alayhi said, he speaks about, where he says, the iman, laysa al-imanu bitamanni. Iman is not something that we can hope for. But iman, walakin saddaqa, laysa al-imanu bitamanni, walakin ma waqara fil qalb. But iman is something that has penetrated the heart, is in the heart. وَصَدَّقَهُ الْعَمَلِ. In your action, your fasting, your sadaqat, your salah, your zakat, reflects that iman that is in the heart. So, it's abstract. No one can see it. It's here in the heart. لَعَلَّكُمْ تَتَّقُونَ. So that you can obtain that Allah consciousness. The Nabi salawatullahi alayhi, one day he addressed his sahabis, and he mentioned in this speech, where he said 3 times, At-taqwa ha huna, at-taqwa ha huna, at-taqwa ha huna. Taqwa, that Allah is here. It's here in the heart. No one can see it. Subhanallah. Just look at that. And then we find the fasting is mentioned between Iman and Taqwa, which is abstract, which we cannot see. And that in itself tells us that the fasting in itself also is between you and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala alone. No one can see that you are fasting. You can say that you fast, yes. But when you are alone, you know for a fact that you and Allah knows only that you are fasting. Therefore, we find in the Hadith al-Qudsi, where the Nabi salawatullahi alayhi reported, Kullu amal ibn Adam la. All the action of Bani Adam is for him. Man can see it. Illa sawm. Except the fasting. فَإِنَّهُ لِي. That fasting that you are doing, it's only for me. Only I know that you are fasting. Subhanallah. And because of that, we find it mentioned between Iman and between Taqwa, which is abstract, and the fasting in itself is also abstract. We don't see it. And Allah takes ownership by saying, it is for me, like we have said in this Hadith al-Qudsi, and I will reward you for it. Now, when Allah speaks about His reward, subhanallah, you know, that in itself tells us that only Allah knows the limit of that reward or what He's going to reward you. But what is for sure, the reward is nothing else but forgiveness and Jannah. May Allah make us of those. Now, coming back to that word taqwa, Sayyidina Ali radiallahu anhu defines taqwa very beautiful. And one of the things is al-amalu bit-tanzil, that you do things that has been done, revealed, meaning you do things according to what Allah prescribes unto you and the Nabi Muhammad salawatullahi alayhi. You cannot do things haphazardly. La yu'badullah illa bid-dalil. Allah, it cannot be worshipped except with a proof. Man cannot come and say you must do that or do that. Our religion, Allah has told us already what to do in the Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. This is where Sayyidina Ali defines it, and one of that you mentioned, al-amalu bit-tanzil. Wa-rida bil-qalil, and to be satisfied no matter how little it is. And what is very important, wal-isti'dad li-yawm ar-rahil, and prepare yourself for the day when you are going to be carried away. That is taqwa. That is what you are doing. That is how Sayyidina Ali defines taqwa for us. Subhanallah. How beautiful. First, we do whatever Allah give us permission. We do whatever Allah tells us to do in the Nabi salawatullahi alayhi, because we obey Allah and we obey the Nabi. Meaning that our love for Allah is through the following of the Nabi Muhammad salawatullahi alayhi. Qul in kuntum tuhibbuna Allah fattabi'uni. Say, if you claim you love Allah, O Muhammad, tell the people, if you love Allah, then follow me, Muhammad. You must do then what the Nabi tells us to do. Subhanallah. And coming back, where one particular portion that Ibn Ali defined, wal-isti'dad li yawm ar-rahil, to prepare yourself for the day that you are going to be taken away, carried away. This brings me back to one ayah in the Quran, where Allah speaks also about taqwa, which you all obtain, the wisdom of the fasting, لَعَلَّكُمْ تَتَّقُونَ, so that you can obtain taqwa. This is where Allah speaks in His Quran. Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu taqullah. Oh, you people who believe. Again, Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu kutiba alaykum. Ya Allah address us as believers. What does Allah tells us? Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu ittaqullah. Oh, you believe, have that Allah consciousness. وَلْتَنْظُرْ نَفْسٌ مَا قَدَّمَتْ لِغَدْ. And let the soul see what it is prepared for tomorrow, يعني Qiyamah. Subhanallah. Isn't this what Sayyidina Ali tells us, the definition of taqwa? Al-isti'dad li yawm ar-rahil, the preparation for the day that you be carried away. This is exactly when Allah affords us all these opportunities to be able to fast and to do whatever we do of extras, be it Salatul Taraweeh, be it qiraat of Quran, it's a form of preparation that we are making for the day that we are going to be carried away. Ya Allah. So just imagine, even through the fasting with all that comes with it, that Allah makes us of those people to prepare ourselves for the day that we are going to be carried away. Subhanallah. Then again Allah says, Wattaqullah, and have that Allah conscious. You know, I look at this ayah and I say, Subhanallah, Allah speaks about taqwa before. He mentioned about preparing yourself for Qiyamah, and then He mentioned again taqwa. As if Allah is telling us, the success of this world and the success of the year after is taqwa. Have the taqwa. And this is where we are given this opportunity in this month of Ramadan to obtain that high level of taqwa, and at the same time prepare ourselves. Taqullah, inna Allah khabirum bima ta'amalun. Verily Allah knows and all-knowing in what you are doing. Meaning that all the good that you are doing, you will be rewarded for it. May Allah accept the little that we are doing. And may Allah grant us that we are sincere in whatever we're doing. May Allah forgive us, forgive our parents, those that has passed on. May Allah grant them and all of us Jannatul Firdaus. وآخر دعواهم أن الحمد لله رب العالمين والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.